In our first video, we described the health and environmental challenges posed by PFAS and how scientists are handling this problem. Now, we're asking scientists to share what they believe the public should understand about PFAS. Their insights highlight certain health implications and realistic behavioral changes that can reduce risk without triggering unnecessary panic.
Knowing what your blood levels are is very helpful. The CDC did finally come out with some recommendations for clinical guidance. So if your blood level was below 2 parts per billion, basically they were saying you probably don't have to worry much. If it was above 20 parts per billion, you better be followed carefully.
People own a lot of stuff, especially in the United States. We own a lot of stuff. Part of what we need to think about is being more thoughtful about, do I really need this stuff? I've often said, as just an example that's directly related to PFAS, I don't actually need to own a sofa that I can drop a pastrami sandwich on it and it won't get a stain. The way we have all this non-stain, non-stick materials in our house is because of PFAS. The solution to that isn't find a new chemical and spray it on my sofa instead. It's to eat my pastrami sandwich at a table. And, you know, sometimes the solution to chemistry that's hazardous is not more chemistry that we have to study and then we'll discover maybe is hazardous, but rather change my behavior.
Changing our behavior may limit some contact with PFAS, but there are also hidden exposures to PFAS that are more dangerous and less well known.
One of kind of the most surprising exposure risks that we've kind of stumbled upon is actually the fish eggs. So we did some studies where we exposed female fish as adults, and then we studied what happens to their offspring. So we measured, all right, well, how much of the PFAS or PFBS, we studied both of those, how much of those end up in the oocytes versus the liver versus muscle tissue. And the oocytes seem to be where the fish is just dumping PFAS, much higher concentrations than the liver or anywhere else. So that was pretty shocking for us to see. It raises some, questions about should we be consuming fish eggs? What other toxic products are the fish trying to depurate by putting them into their eggs?
Reckoning with the idea of a contamination as widespread as the PFAS situation can be disheartening. Every one of us has been exposed to multiple PFAS without even realizing what they are and what they can do. But scientists have not lost hope. They generally feel motivated by the increasing public awareness of the issue and research focused on practical solutions.
But I think it's good to know that it's out there in our water, in our food, in our clothes, and in everything around us. But kind of with that, I think it's proven or has been proven to be a priority of many state governments. Certainly, I think Massachusetts is doing a great job at it. A lot of the work that myself and my colleagues do with Mass DEP is kind of reassuring to me that the state cares about small, remote, and disadvantaged communities.
I think that awareness is encouraging. I think there's also, my hope for where I would like to go within the field is being able to say, okay, this chemical is causing this effect, and maybe we can use this product to try to mitigate it. So I think that, that's one of, my goals for environmental health is to get to that point where we can come up with some solutions, as well as prevention aspects.
I think that there's some real opportunity in environmental health for us to focus on some solutions. Environmental health scientists are really trained to find problems and to identify and quantify and characterize problems. But with situations like PFAS, we have to start actually thinking about how we protect the public. One thing is through education, but really the big changes that have to come from a regulatory perspective. So how do we use information? How do we use the best available data to make decisions to actually stop making PFAS and to stop releasing them into the environment? I think now is the time to start doing that work.
As we know, PFAS are a complex issue with a range of concerning effects. It's easy to be misinformed about this topic, especially in our current political climate, making it extremely important to seek out accurate information from reliable sources. After our conversations with these scientists, it is clear that we need to take action and educate the public on the effects of PFAS. Consumers deserve to make informed decisions regarding their products, and individuals have the right to control what ends up in their body.